Hi, it's Stu Bear from Airshow World, and I'm very proud to announce our sponsor, the Kent and Sussex Tea and Coffee Company. And for viewers of Airshow World, you can get 15% off from the world's best tea and coffee company. Plus, you'll be helping Airshow World grow. Just use the code Airshow. That's the Kent and Sussex Tea and Coffee Company. A very, very good afternoon and welcome along. It's Stu Bear right here in the chair on this beautiful sunny Tuesday afternoon. It's the 30th of March 2021 and a very, very good afternoon to everybody wherever you are in the world. Thank you for joining us. And hey, I've been out and about this morning and saw a couple of jumbo jets at East Midlands Airport, which, hey, that's always something that... bit of sunshine, couple of jumbo jets, East Mids Airport, what could be better? So I was literally just going by in the Bearmobile and I thought, oh, this looks interesting. So, but what have we got for you today, this afternoon? Well, it's called the DVD show, a live DVD show for sure. You folks in the chat room are certainly live. Great to see Barry West and everybody else. We're going to give you all a mention very, very soon, but we'll just go through what's happening with today's show. And as you can see, it says Waddington, the 1st and 2nd of July 2006. Were you there? And that's the show we've got coming up for you today. So we're going to start things off right away. Then in about a couple of minutes, I'll go through the chat room, say hi to everybody, and tell you what other things we can tell you about. Okay, and hey, don't forget, visit our sponsors right now, okay? It's the Kent and Sussex Tea and Coffee Company. Get your orders in. Don't forget, you can get 15% off. Right, we're going to start the show. Here's the DVD, and I'll just tell you, right, this is going to be fresh to me as well because I did this, as you can see, back in 2006. Haven't watched it for a while, so I'm certainly going to enjoy it as well. And haven't got a clue what's coming up. I can't remember. Let's start the show and find out. We'll go full screen in a second. Bum bum, bit of music in the background. Oh, they always have to do that, don't they?
Not the full crew on board today. The engineer is...
Dear Lima, Uniform Sierra, Waddington, good morning, pass message.
News that actually the E3A is the...
For sure, as far as I remember, 2006, that was a pretty good summer, wasn't it?
Football was going on at the moment. Now, if you look to the front of the airplane, you can see a long tube that sort of comes out just above where the cockpit is. Just about every aircraft, apart from some training airplanes in the Royal Air Force today, are...
Let's have a look at the chat room then. Aviation Kid says, I feel sick today, so I got the day off school. I thought, you guys not off school at the moment? Easter holidays?
Out there, these are real life.
Orbit Sniper as well. Julie Rotherham, of course. Heather Ramsey.
With their arms swept backwards.
And Stuart Ramsey. Lee Horton.
Tracking into that main body. There's 4 of them all holding hands so that they can keep relative. Flight Sergeant Nick Brookbanks breaking off now, put his hand onto his deployment sequence, and he pulls his parachute.
Shane Smith, great to see Shane again. Thank you for joining us.
Now we listen to Nick
Let's
Brookbanks.
go to the top, see what we've got. Richard, 5030, good afternoon to you. Jazzy John, 30. Alison Bowers, Steve Creed, Alison Tidy. And everybody, thank you for joining us wherever you're watching this, however you're watching it, if it's on the TV, if it's on a computer, however you're watching it, a very, very good afternoon. You're welcome. And I hope you're going to enjoy the show this afternoon.
10, 11, 12, and rolling out the turn, down, and sliding back on. Hold on, fellas. Turning right, 90 degrees, turning right, now, 90 degrees.
So that's how they do it. For all the ladies on the drop zone.
It certainly is there, Aviation Kid. It's Waddington Airshow 2006. That's the DVD show that we're featuring today.
9, 10,
So ladies, this is specially for you. Our hearts in the air. Come on, give them an applause, ladies and gentlemen. They can hear you.
And he's just so cool. Keith B. Hiya, Keith. Thank you for putting the message in. Bandit 99. How the devil are you? Good afternoon to you. Just after 1 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon.
And I will introduce them to you as they land here at Waddington. Yes, the man with the white smoke, one of the most advanced parachutists in the Royal Air Force today, has over 4,500 parachute descents. Flight Sergeant Nick Brookbanks from Bury in Lancashire, landing first, guiding the team down to land in front of the VIP enclosure. Following him down is Sergeant Steve Davis from Chirk in North Wales in his 3rd year, followed by Sergeant Russ Murphy from Ipswich in his 3rd year, Sergeant Guy Clark from Lancaster in his 2nd year, Sergeant Dave Newton from Stoke-on-Trent in Staffordshire, again in his 3rd year, Sergeant Mike Maguire from Nottingham in his 1st year, Sergeant John Keith.
Did I mention Steve Creed earlier when I went through the list? Apologies if I didn't.
What an absolute wonderful display.
Day State Sniper 01. Good afternoon to the coconut tea drinkers of the world.
Now what we're doing is we're
And
waiting
red bounty eaters.
and 20 seconds.
Well, I tell you what, Day State Sniper 01.
He has been
The tea that I've got on the go today, it actually tastes just like a just tastes like a bounty bar. It's gorgeous.
of their trade. They
Not too sweet, but you know, just right.
Gentlemen, I present to you the Royal Air Force Falcons of the year 2006.
Some patch call sign.
Great.
What have we got? Royal Air Force Hawk T1.
Flying, April 15th.
And we now have a message exactly what's happened now. Tim's going to pull up the next manoeuvre, which is a quarter clover. Pushing up. It's a very uncomfortable manoeuvre. He's hanging in the straps, pushing up into a half Cuban.
Good afternoon there, Chris. I hope you're doing well.
We'll continue with Waddington ground 132 decimal lane.
In 1977, replaced the nats for the red arrows.
Yeah, well, the great thing about this tea I've got today, you know, it's like having a bounty, but
We're flying.
hey, you're not putting any weight on. It's gorgeous.
Good morning, patch message.
Stops on every sort of 45 degrees as he rolls the aircraft round.
Of course, I just keep going on about the coconut type teas, but there's all sorts that they do. So certainly go through, have a look, and please order some tea from there, because you will be helping Airshow World. And also, we'll help you because we'll give you 15% off as well. Don't forget, the code is Airshow. It's all uppercase.
TRA, via Scampton.
But you don't have to do it all over the internet. You can also order the tea by phone if you want to phone them up. And very soon she'll put the phone number
Roger, good day.
of the tea and coffee company actually in the chat room.
And what he's doing is just rolling it round the outside of that barrel, lying on its side, out on the 45-degree line. Rolls to the left, quick turns to the right. Going back to John Berry. Coming back onto the crowd line, and again. aircraft pulling up for its vertical departure, which completes the display by the Hawk from Royal Air Force Valley 086.
And there we go. If you can see the chat room okay, in the chat room right now there's a telephone number, and that's the telephone number for the Kent and Sussex Tea and Coffee Company. So you could even phone them up as well, and I'm sure they'll still give you the discount. So just mention that discount code, Airshow. Not Airshow World, Airshow.
Side of the airfield. All the aircraft you can see on the far side of the airfield are the operational aeroplanes. Those that are
Aviation Kid, I've just told everybody what that number is.
And something just a little bit different, if you have a look closely, you'll see that strapped to the wings of the aircraft are two girls who are waving madly at you to just do waves back.
Neil Hubbard, how the devil are you? Good to see Neil as well. I think there's somebody called Greg somewhere out there. I think Julie's saying hi to Greg and Edward. So apologies if I've not seen your messages. As you can see, quite a long time ago, this was when they had the, let's have a look.
There is 24. And there's one day she'd love to herself.
It was the Utterly Butterleys. Right.
Now, if you watch carefully, you see the girls are strapped. They're now lying horizontally.
So definitely keep those messages coming out. So we've got Edward, Pirate of the Missouri, Steve Creed. God, how many times have we mentioned Steve?
They also performed in flight
Keith B.
to wing.
And we've also got TC, Space C,
Plane to plane transfer.
who I affectionately call Top Cat. So thank you for joining us as well.
And sometimes led to tragedy. So in 1933, the Civil Aviation Authority passed an act making wing walking illegal. And if you look at the team now, you'll see that...
Orbit Sniper saying congratulations on the sponsor. Yeah, I'm over the moon. It's really great. And of course, we need you guys to, hey, get ordering that tea. You'll be doing us a great favour.
Very exciting viewing.
Vehicles for crossing at the threshold.
I really can't overstress how important it is for you guys to if you'd like to help with Airshow World,
Over the years,
the difference it will make will be huge. And you will reap the rewards as well, I can tell you. We've got some great things coming for you.
200 feet. Rolling level. Turning back now. Level rejoin 100 feet.
But I wanted to get a sponsor where you guys can get something back as well. And I'm sure you'll agree, it's certainly a way to do it.
was a very hot ship. It was the last operational Canberra.
Here we go. Enjoy this.
navigator sits in the ejector seat, then you close the nose. Pilot sits higher up and behind, so unusual configuration that the navigator is in front of the pilot.
The music on the 20 quick up at QFE 1016.
Operating the engine, 6-inch vertical camera, or in addition, another 2 F-96s pointing in the vertical. Squadron leader Roger Newton, now the PR9 braking
Thanks, Edison, 508 knots.
And the gear will start to travel. So you're on the final turn, once you get below about sort of 150 knots, you start lowering the flaps. They come down from either...
What a truly wonderful aircraft, the Canberra.
Interesting, if you look at the tail, you can see the motif that's painted on it. 39 Squadron formerly, of course, was a bomber squadron, so it's got the flying bomb as the squadron motif. It looks a little strange when what you're doing is taking pictures, not dropping things, but that's the history of the squadron rather than the history of the aircraft and its current role.
And I wouldn't be at all surprised if our very good Maurice was actually with us this year.
No, but,
I know he was with us for quite a few of the air shows in the round about this period. It was 2006 Waddington Air Show. Great days.
Aircraft displaying, and when you play your DVD, you can instantly switch to the.
And it's wonderful to see Maurice in the chat room. So hi, thanks for joining us there, Maurice, and everybody else. Great to have your company.
Whenever you like, and listen to the radio and team communications. If you want to order your copy today, it will cost you £15 and you'll be given a free Red Arrows DVD.
Lima Yankee Alpha Waddington, sir. Good morning,
where
flash
you
message.
can put in your order. The big screen.
The Blue Eagles, as you can see.
The race does the first of a number of loops and runs in to show you his belly with a pedal turn.
Orbit Sniper, you are joking me. Well, that's wonderful. It says he's listening while metal detecting in his back garden.
Flown
Wow.
today, flown every day by staff.
He's probably got a great big field for a back garden.
He's the only pilot in the Army Air Corps authorised to fly the links through these manoeuvres. And tips in. They mop up the drink, they run out to the right-hand side. He pulls up now, looks like it's going to be another pedal turn. The reason I'm guessing is that, as I said, helicopters are really affected by wind. He must adjust out on those steep axes to make sure he's on the crowd line. As he runs in, he'll side on loop.
As you can see, the Lynx. What an amazing helicopter doing that backflip. The commentator saying affected by wind. Yes. We all know about that.
So, the Lynx pitches his nose down to recover in a very uncomfortable reverse hang. It's like driving over a humpback bridge in reverse.
I've spent an airshow weekend with James before.
That's about
Tell me about it.
Good opportunity to appreciate the real power available to the Lynx. But it takes something else to show you his...
Dora, hey Dora, great to see you, saying good afternoon everyone, Stu and Julie and all the posse, all the gang.
But only the Blue Eagles Lynx backflips manoeuvring technique. So easy.
Also hi to
Best
Pietro.
aircraft to do it. Looks it's really remarkable. It's a great noise. Well, this is cat and mouse. The gazelles will fly a figure of 8 across the ground. Try and evade the faster, more powerful link.
Do you know what? I'm sure I saw Ethan's name earlier. Ethan, if I've not said hi to you, I do apologise. And Ethan got some great video footage yesterday of the jumbo jet at Eastman's Airport.
Dive off with the power and try and snap at their heels.
I don't like to brag or boast or anything, but I saw 2 today.
But as it's Colin Hawksworth and Stu Mayer showing the Gazelle off for the superb light observation helicopter it is. Hover manoeuvres like these require a tremendous amount of skill and concentration. Pilots turn blind to each other in completely staggered turns, which they finish by facing each other. So on Monday morning...
So whereabouts is our Shane Smith? He said, perfect day, out in the sun, back garden, getting buzzed by the Harvard.
Of course it looks like a hover, but of course there's probably a 10 to 15 knot wind up there. So actually these helicopters are flying in that wind. And it's only their skill which makes it look to us like a hover. They're actually going south at about 15 knots as far as the wind is concerned. So the Gazelles dip their noses in salute, dive off to the left. And they make the link, running back in. And again, because of that wind, the link just hangs in that loop. Makes it easier to photograph, I suppose. So a final wing over out on the right hand side. And a smooth fly. Powerful aircraft, the Lynx, has to be, even with soldiers on board, missiles, you name it. But today, display fuel, half rations for the crew, another backlift.
Now that was what I used to love about this display team. Seeing the Lynx do that backflip, just fabulous. Are we going to get... Yes, one more.
The Lynx backflip to join his teammates. I know they'll all be grinning like Cheshire cats because whilst it's a fun display to watch, it's a great display to fly. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you've enjoyed the Blue Eagles display and we look forward to seeing...
Carry out one left-hand orbit.
Don't worry, it's not your phone going off. It's not your phone. No. Dora, we certainly hope so. Any live air shows happening this summer? Yeah, it's looking promising. Chester, right, thank you, Shane. That's where Shane is, with a Harvard buzzing him as well.
That flick manoeuvre again, you pull the stick hard back, kick
The Grob Tutor.
round thing goes, nice flick manoeuvre.
You see, I haven't got a clue what's coming up today. I didn't check this at all. I just thought, no, I'm going to sit back and enjoy it with you guys.
Local Master Victor 05, have your departure details when ready to company.
aircraft sort of appears to sort of juggle around the sky a little bit when it's doing that, and that's because something's falling out of that.
Gosh,
slow
yes,
roll.
about 15 years
You've got
ago.
to put a lot of
So quite a long time, so I'm sure you'll forgive me for forgetting what's on here.
right to give lift.
Yes, I was going to say that, Morris, about the Lynx. I also remember the commentators always used to say that the Lynx had the speed record for a helicopter. What was it? Was it about 240, something like
And
that?
that's called a Porteous loop.
And the other question I was going to ask is the
Again, using
one that replaced it, the Wildcat. I mean, can that do the backflips and what have you? And has that got the same sort of speed? There you go, there's some questions for you guys to do some research for. You notice how lazy I am? I get you guys to do all this for me.
Waddington, request an update of your position.
point number 1, point number 2, point number 3, complete for hesitation, human brake.
Heading to Wickham.
Now, next manoeuvre again, back to what you saw at the beginning, a stall turn, but this is a noddy stall turn. You sort of think you're going to go left, no,
So,
you're going to go right.
Dora, whereabouts in, I think you're in Europe, whereabouts are you, Dora?
Please, zero.
Have you got air shows whereabouts you are this year?
And the aircraft flicks around through 180 degrees and
Pirate of the Missouri.
heading in the wrong direction, then flying
Said he's
forward
got to behave himself because of the Stu's English accent.
through the aircraft, through
I love the American accent. I love
back on the
it.
line that you wanted to be in the first place.
I remember a few weeks ago we had on the Meet the Fans feature, we had our very good friend that's over there in New Jersey. What a great accent he's got. Canal du Rire. Hey, let us know. Whereabouts are you?
Actually, the team's 10th year on the display business. They've
The Aerostars.
increased or decreased the number of aircraft they've had, but basically
I'll tell you a story about the Aerostars in a couple of minutes.
1,300 feet.
6 aircraft on display at the moment.
Bravo hold.
Thank you.
613, and then airborne at Waddington.
That's our Phil Artiste. What a great accent he's got. He's got a great voice, I'll tell you.
I'll say they're flying the Russian Yak-50 single-seat aerobatic aircraft powered by a 9-cylinder 300 horsepower. Twice the power of the aerobatic that we had on the little shooter. And then
Okay, quick story then for you about the Aerostars that we are looking at right now. Back in, I think it was 2001 make it. It was 2001. I was doing the official filming at the Waddington Air Show. And these guys were just about, they started taxiing out. Not a problem, you think? That's fine. As they taxied out, one of them actually went into a car. Its propeller actually sliced. I don't know how much damage was actually caused on the car.
total control of the aircraft. It's just a matter of at what point you choose to actually centralise the control to get the aircraft flying in the same direction as you thought it should be in the first.
But you can imagine the fuss that was caused over that. Goodness gracious, one of these beautiful aircraft
In line of breath.
making a real mess of the aircraft and also the car. I'm pretty sure it was 2001.
Quite difficult to aircraft in.
I actually thought, when I was speaking to Julia, I thought she was from London. I thought she was from Kensington, actually. She's got a wonderful accent. Sounds like the Queen. There we go, tells you what it is.
And he's going to do a dirty orbit. Flown today by Squadron Leader Andy Nielsen. Flight Lieutenant Aaron Benson is the co-pilot. The navigator on board, Flight Lieutenant Mark Whiteside. Today's flight engineer, Flight Sergeant Dick Gillies.
Said he's doing a dirty orbit. Hey, we'll have none of that. It's a family show, you know.
Lots of the...
Oh, so I see what you mean. His gears down. Right, gotcha.
No, obviously aren't on. Typically consists of 12 people. Carrying maximum complement.
Is Julie Posh? Whoa! Well, put it this way, whenever I talk to her, I have to stand to attention.
The stores out on the wings, 25 million square kilometres that they cover. Coming in now from the right for a journey test, you can see the gear down. Shows you the mass anomaly detector at the back.
And talking New Jersey, hey, we've got Keith B.
Weather.
Keith, I didn't realise you were from New Jersey.
Confined through the waters.
But he says, I don't have that horrible North Jersey accent.
Detecting, locating and identifying all vessels that are in...
You mean like in the film, like in the Jersey Boys, hey?
So the aircraft's now going out to right to reposition. Aircraft gives a good...
If you haven't seen that film, check it out. About Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. It's called The Jersey Boys. Brilliant show. Went to see it in London. But also the film is absolutely brilliant. Directed by Clint Eastwood.
4,500.
Also, good afternoon to Mike, letting us know, yeah, this Orion.
Maritime Patrol.
I go very quiet when it does the passes, promise you. Beautiful sound.
Surveillance, reconnaissance, search and rescue, protection operations, anti-submarine warfare, anti-surface warfare. New Zealand has a 200 nautical mile economic exclusion zone. The most recent one was the cyclone, which actually in that part of the world is called a cyclone. In the Caribbean it would be called a hurricane. That hit the Cook Islands.
Don't know about you, but I really enjoyed that display. That was brilliant. That wonderful P3 Orion. I may have to do a bit of chat at the moment to just block out the music for a moment, so hope you'll forgive me. While we've got that music playing in the background, I do apologise. I say I do have to talk over it because YouTube, they don't like it. They don't like it, Captain Mannering. Right, we'll tell you what's coming up. And boy, have we got some exciting things coming up in the very, very near future on Airshow World. But in the short term, coming up this Friday night, in the planning stages at the moment, well, actually the video editing stages of Friday night show, we've got a real special for you.
It is very unusual, yeah. And you can fly on.
And I'll tell you about that when we hear some more music that I have to cover up. Well, I tell you what, I mean, all these people from all over the world, and of course they've got all these great accents and what have you, like Alison Bowers, Keith B.
We saw the
Alison Tidy, whoever. What we'll have to do is, when I'm less busy, what we will bring back the Meet the Fans feature. So if you haven't been on Meet the Fans, we will bring that back.
very much.
But we'll make it in a different sort of style. What we'll do, we'll invite you live on the show, okay?
Quite aerobatic to me.
And all you'll need is just to download Skype, and we'll see if we can get you live on the show, having a bit of a chat and what have you. You know, a quick 4-minute feature. You can let us know what you're up to, what you like doing.
Into another generation.
Doesn't have to be all about aircraft, you know. It could be about anything.
So it does have full MBG instrumentation and an all-glass cockpit.
So that's well, it's not probably, that's a feature I will be bringing back at some point.
Play flying, if you're at operationally, how many guys are on board this helicopter? Same today, actually, just with a pilot, co-pilot, and 2 crewmen, 1 operator from the front and 1 operator from the rear.
There we go, Dora, there's another one, you see. We'll have to get you on the show, photo for you as well. And for people new to the Airshow World experience, if you want to call it that, or sheer mayhem, around about, what was it, about 3 months ago, we were doing this feature that we called Meet the Fans, and it was an opportunity to get you guys involved on a Friday night. So don't worry, we will be bringing that back. All you need is a half-decent internet connection. I use Skype, and I get you guys to get in touch via... I can hear somebody going... Shh, shh. I think it was probably Mavis. I was just looking around to see if there was anybody in the room with me, but no. Yes, we used to do this feature called Meet the Fans, and we used to get you on, but in those days, we just used to show some photographs. Now, we can actually get you on live as well.
Staying on the line and prepare for retro dive.
Nils says, he's a Londoner. Right, okay. I can't do a London accent at all, but I know a man who can.
Actually operating the Royal Air Force version of the Merlin? Yes, it is. And are we going to get any more, or is this actually satisfying?
Mig Killer, he's at school as well. Gosh, whereabouts are you, Mig? Not broken up for Easter yet, no? Oh, Alison, you don't have to use Zoom, no, just use the Skype, that's it. Just on voice only, so when I'm doing a live stream going out to all you good people, I just use the voice because in the past when we've done the video side of things as well, it just takes up too much bandwidth, and we certainly don't want to lose you.
Are they going to call it the Merlin, or are they going to have their own name? On P-Crew, they've got a range of
Aviation Kid, we will be back at Milden Hall very, very soon. I think it's going to be around about the 12th, around about the 14th, 15th of April. The first couple of days, I will probably be down at Coningsby. If we get internet and there's any flying, I'll probably hit the button and do a live show from Coningsby as well. We'll just see how things go for you.
An amazing rate of roll. And let's see just what he does at the end there. At the top there, he's using the torque of that engine.
There we go. I'm going to go quiet again for a bit until they play some more music. Enjoy this.
And if you saw Will flying here last year, you may well think he seems to be a lot higher on that manoeuvre than he was last year. The reason for that is last year he only had a mere 460 horsepower. This year his engine is uprated for 525 horsepower, which makes it the most powerful Sukhoi 26 in the world. So Will be using that amazing power to But instead of completing the loop, he tumbles the aircraft nose over tail in a manoeuvre called a roulade. Now, in previous years, we have actually been able to speak to Will in the cockpit and have him talk us through the manoeuvres as we like them. Unfortunately, the Civil Aviation Authority deemed that use of the display frequency for ground-to-air communication was improper, so we've been banned from doing that this year, unfortunately. So we'll just have to watch what he does and rely on me to talk you through the manoeuvres as he does them. Now, as he puts it onto knife edge, there's a knife-to-knife split roll. And the secret of success of this roll is to make sure the aircraft is coming out of the manoeuvre in the same direction as it was when it first went into it. Now, as Will hits the vertical, watch out for the vertical flick roll. There it goes. And another gyroscopic manoeuvre at the top. Now, coming back into the centre, Will perform one of the more difficult manoeuvres of his routine. A rolling loop is a very difficult manoeuvre to fly. Will is actually flying the rolling loop, during which he loops the aircraft and rolls 4 times while he does it. Pulling and pushing, +7 and -7G. The cockpit a flurry of arms and legs during this manoeuvre, which is extremely difficult to fly accurately, but Will doesn't deserve it. Now, while Will positions him back from the right, hanging motionless in the air, then tumbling back through his smoke trails, filling that cockpit with smoke, hammer heading down, and Will rolls, opens up the throttle, and rolls away on the big axis to fly away from us, but not for very long. He'll be back very soon. So, as well as show offers on all Road Angels products, which are in-car navigation systems and speed camera and accident black spot warning devices, we've also got the brand new Navigator 6000, which isn't in the shops yet. Now, Will pulls up, it looks like a loop, but this is a crooked loop, changing direction subtly, so he's now flying back parallel with the main runway. Now, hesitation roll is inverted, and watch out now for that negative G push, about -5, -6G in the cockpit. The force of gravity trying to throw Will out of the cockpit, held in only by his 5-point safety harness. Well, the extremes of G that Will pulls in this display, which vary from +12 to -5 or 6, are very uncomfortable on the pilot, but Will has the confidence of knowing that his aircraft is one of the strongest aircraft ever built. The Sukhoi 26 M2 was designed by the Russian Sukhoi Design Bureau, famous for their jet fighters like the Sukhoi 27 Flanker. The Sukhoi 26 was ordered by the Russian government in 1984 with the express aim of winning the World Aerobatic Championships for the Russian military pilots. That design was so successful that it is still winning at world level today. Still absolutely outside the top, the Sukhoi 26 is made of an exotic cocktail of carbon fibre, Kevlar, stainless steel and titanium alloy. It's stretched to an ultimate load factor of ±6. And as I said earlier, that makes it one of the strongest aircraft ever built. As you'll have seen, the aircraft is capable of manoeuvres that few other aircraft in the world can achieve. It's extremely difficult to fly. It is inherently unstable, some would say a little bit like the pilot. And it does require immense physical strength on the part of the pilot to manipulate those large...
By the way, Piotr, it's Will Curtis, the name of the pilot.
Rolling, using that huge three-bladed propeller to claw its way through the sky. And just when you think, surely he must stick the nose down to build up speed, he pitches right up.
Lime too right I am. Very much looking forward to going to Milden Hall.
Effects of it, keeping him hanging there. Now he's going to be...
Even if it's just to chill out and sit back.
Rolling as he's doing it.
Could you imagine daylight today, sitting in the sun?
It's just like being on a step machine in the gym.
Waiting for an aeroplane to show.
Now the next manoeuvre he's going to perform...
I was just about to go into a Demis Roussos song then.
He's not going to abandon the aircraft, but what he's actually going to do is stall it.
Now, when you stall an aircraft, the engine keeps running, unlike a car, but the wings lose all lift, and you can hear just how quiet it is now as it's throttled right back, and the aeroplane is just sinking like a stone. You can see the smoke going over the wing there, rapidly descending now. So normally when you come up from the stall, you stick the nose down, but this aircraft is so powerful, all it will has to do is point the nose up and hang on that huge propeller with that great big engine behind it. And it's actually motionless, hovering there in the sky, just like a Harrier or a helicopter. That's absolutely amazing. But eventually the laws of gravity have to take over. And so now we'll build up speed by keeping the aeroplane rolling.
Webbo, what are you like?
Well, the wave as he flies past, you can
Cheers and beers and all that stuff.
and don't forget to come and visit us on the Road Angels stand.
I don't have beer. Bears don't have beer. They have proper coconut tea, you know. By the way, yeah, just to let you know, don't forget the tea and coffee company. For that voucher, don't forget, it's just Air Show. Not Air Show World, it's just Air Show, okay?
So your landing site in Cummings being have to check.
Air Show, all uppercase. AIRSHOW. No spaces. Oh no.
Spent 3 very busy years with them. And that's places like the States, Canada, Oman, Norway. And he's now back on the Harrier conversion unit as an instructor. And he is today. FR Aviation are part of the Common Group. Of course, anybody who's been up in...
And if you can see the chat room right now, you will see. There we go. I just popped it in. Okay. Well, that's the code to get your 15% off at the Tea and Coffee Company. We'll be telling you more about that a little later when we do our next advert.
Dials and gizmos and switches. You just have this either a bomber or a fighter. So it's very useful to fit in with whatever training is required. Also carries a fairly sophisticated communications jamming equipment, which can really spoil people's day when you finally can't talk to people that you want to. F3. Also a project pilot on the Eurofighter Typhoon. He did his test pilot training in UK at the... aircraft. You can go the left-hand side and the right-hand side, depending which one passes you first.
Pull, go.
About to be overtaken by number 2.
Oh, who's been talking then? Hey, Mark Webster. Stu the Bear is in his conditioned office in the West Wing. Actually, I'm not in the West Wing today. I'm actually down in, you won't believe it. Now, Mr. Webber would like this. I'm actually in the wine cellar. It's much quieter. And I thought, well, with summertime just around the corner, we've got springtime, I thought I would pop down to the wine cellar. And it's an ideal spot as well. Very, very useful. I say, what vintage is that Chardonnay, dear boy?
7, go.
We will be returning to that in just a moment, but right now it's a quick word from... I've been wanting to say this for ages. A quick word from our sponsor. Hi, it's Stu Bear from Airshow World, and I'm very proud to announce our sponsor, the Kent and Sussex Tea and Coffee Company. And for viewers of Airshow World, you can get 15% off from the world's best tea and coffee company. Plus, you'll be helping Airshow World grow. Just use the code Airshow. That's the Kent and Sussex Tea and Coffee Company. Yes, and don't forget that 15% off that you can get right now. Just enter the code AIRSHOW. Simple as that, boys. Okay, let's return back to the action. Let's take it away. If you just joined us, a very, very good afternoon to you. We're watching. It's the live DVD show on a Tuesday afternoon with Stu Bear.
Unfortunately, the screen technicians at the moment are unable to get a picture, so the screen may not be serviceable in time to broadcast the match. Now, they are trying this.
Order of aircraft had ever been placed with Supermarine, and there were initially problems because most of the people who were working on the Spitfire were actually basically used to working on order. That resulted in other factories such as Castle Bromwich being developed. Is a Mark II-A, the team of Squadron Leader George Denham, DSC. He was on 603 Squadron, affectionately known as Uncle George, because he was 32 years old, which is exceptionally old for a Battle of Britain Spitfire pilot. On the 30th of August 1940, while operating out of Hornchurch, the aircraft was badly damaged, and Uncle George had to bail out, and the aircraft crashed near Hope Farm. On the left-hand side of the fuselage, just inside the cockpit, if you got, he actually retired from the Air Force. He retired as a group captain and died in 1997, under age of his work. As the Spitfire was developed during the war, so it became faster, became more capable, and the Merlin engines in June 1945, before moving to the PR development unit for testing new cameras and various other things. Now the colour scheme that is currently flying to the left on the aircraft, and that's what pictures at the moment.
traffic light, 1 5 miles, crossing the right, let's play order now.
602.
The two work very well together.
What? Yeah. Yeah.
Manchester Mark III.
I keep on putting it then off. Hand me back to his phone.
Relatively high speed, a good bomb carrying load, an exceptional carrying load really. The normal maximum bomb load was 14 tons.
Altitude and range. Scanted using runway 04, colour blue, QB 1017.
There was one of the few aircraft that turned out to be right from the start. It was so well designed that only very minor changes were made to it during the whole of its wartime.
Request number of aircraft?
Canada.
Wonderful as always, and not a word from the bear when we've got the wonderful Battle of Britain Memorial flight and those wonderful sounds. Hope you enjoyed that.
Information service 4,000 feet Barnsley 1019. Say again your destination.
20.
And you never know, when we pop down to Coningsby, we may be lucky enough to film some of the Battle of Britain Memorial flight. Who knows?
I'm at Waddington, I'm a young man.
Aerobatic display team in the world, the Blades.
The Blades.
Now you can just see them taking off in front of you. The Blades 1, 2 and 3 at the front, and Blade 4 shortly joining them from behind. And now as they come down from the loop, they'll slip into stagger formation to prepare for the amazing opening manoeuvre, with all 4 aircraft passing within a few feet of each other in different directions for the Blade break. Awesome stuff. Now Blades 1 and 2 enjoy 100 miles an hour. Head to head, they'll pass within a few feet of each other while rolling to their start. And now now, the aircraft will fan out in front of us and simultaneously pull up into the vertical so you can see the bright orange top surface. Now I hope they're all tightly strapped in today, because after this quick roll, they're going to push negatively over the top in the Humpty Bumps. Now blades 1, 2 and 3 rejoin, and if you look to your right, you'll see the smoke of blade 4, the cravat. Fantastic. Now,
this is rather cool going on right now on YouTube. Let's have a look. Oh, sneaky peek. And this is what's going on this particular site at the moment. I don't know if I've got any volume for this at all. Let's just...
Our microphone heard the launch. Look at that Starship climbing up from out of the cloud deck in Boca Chica or Starbase. You can see some
So this is going out live right
now. They are
now.
over a kilometer up. Everything going well.
I shall keep an eye on that when it comes back down, because I
Michael,
can't show too much of it in case
I
I get in a bit
we
of
not
bother.
have it,
But
yeah.
yeah, I just thought I'd do a quick sneaky peek for you guys, and I'll
Bruno's got nearly 4,000 hours flying.
I'll keep an eye on it.
And over 1,000 of them. And in case you missed the first one, now Bruno's three formation, Fox formation, at the far side of the circle. Now you may have noticed on the underside of the aircraft, we've decorated each of the wings with a St George's Cross. This is in to show our support for the England World Cup football squad. And we managed to display over at Buckingham Palace for their full-length and fabulous ball earlier in the year. So as long as England are in the championship, we're going to have the flag on the underside of the aircraft. And I'm sure you'll join me as the aircraft come round now for the box bend in giving a great big round of applause for the England football team. Now the aircraft that we're flying today are the Extra 300 LP. They're brand new aircraft and were built especially for us only a few months ago when we formed up. Not only are they recognised as one of the world's finest aerobatic aircraft, but also each one has got 2 seats. Now this is because 2XL is actually a registered airline. And if you want to find out more about flying with the blades, then you can log on to our website at 2xlaviation.com and fly with the world's first aerobatic airline. You can see the 2XL on the top of the wings as they pull up to the box roll. On the right-hand side, if you look now at the formation, is Andy Evans. Andy was a qualified flying instructor in the Royal Air Force and flew the Jaguar operationally.
Mission service, climb port level 3,500 feet to Barnsley 1018.
From the Saudi Air Force, you can see the smoke go on now, and we call this one the Snake.
That was for Golf Lima Foxtrot. Cock, half a mile, passing down you left-hand side, indicating 900 feet above.
And now each the team races to join up with the team leader, Blade 1 at the front. That's Andy Offer, with girls on his wing in the Utterly Butterly wing walking team that you may have seen here earlier today. His last tour was as Officer Commanding 4 Squadron, flying Harriers on operations over Afghanistan and from the aircraft carrier. And you can see him lead the team now in a quarter-global manoeuvre back towards us, before the team splits once more in the vertical break. Rolling the aircraft slowly, he's going to hang on the propeller like a helicopter.
The flight information service at 3,000.
And it's a very good evening as well to, he says, I've got to say good evening because that's what it is where he is. That's NH. Thank you for joining us from Japan. Saying Stu, Julie and everybody. He is late. You are late. Also, Sleepy Spider, where have you been? Oh, good to see everybody. Thank you very much for joining us.
He's going to pull it for us for another...
And you're currently watching the blades.
Tumbling the aircraft. End over end. And as he flies off to your left here, if you look to your right hand side, there's some smoke of blade 1. Demonstrating coordination. And just to top it off from the left, Bruno flies off. Maybe you'll join me in putting our hands together for the newest formation aerobatic display team in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2006 blade.
Squawk 7000, good day.
Good.
Max, thanks very much indeed. I hope every ultimate high extra 300, GR4, and then hopefully we'll be having the Harrier because there's a technical difficulty which hopefully has now been fixed, so he'll be coming on right at the end. That's the sequence. Blades have just done their looping finals break and they'll be breaking to land.
Just having a quick look at this for the moment, and I'll be back with it. Just hold that there a second. Has it gone boom again? I saw a few bits crashing down to the... this is the Starship SN11, and it doesn't look promising at all, does it? It looks like terrible weather conditions. Yeah, I think it's gone boom. Oh dear. Yes. Doesn't look very good, does it? I shall keep you posted on that. But yes, it looks like it's possibly... I don't know. Doesn't look very promising at the moment. But we'll keep an eye on that.
Gliding side is active today up to cloud base. It's in your right 1 o'clock range, 6 miles.
If you wonder what we're talking about, I was just having a quick look at that Starship SN11. It's the test flight. You know, that rocket that's been going up recently and it keeps blowing up.
I've just got to ask you one question, because I know a number of people who've flown these things, but you've flown it. Forget the politics, what do you think of it as an aeroplane? Indeed, forget exactly what you read in the newspaper. It is a fantastic aircraft. For about 1,200 hours. And this aircraft just does not compare. It is phenomenal. It's got about 40,000 pounds of thrust and it weighs 17 tons. So you can see at the moment Matt's actually got the power to actually hang the aircraft there just on the engines. It's doing about 110 knots at the moment. It's hardly using the wing at all. And you'll see when he actually powers out of it, it's got no problem at all overcoming the weight of the aircraft to fly away. It is awesome. Velocity vectoring, what does that mean? The aircraft rolls about the direction of the wind.
And on the website it said it experienced an anomaly during landing. Obviously went boom. So we were just being a little bit cheeky, just so we could keep you guys informed as to what was happening with that so-called reusable space rocket. I mean, come on, how difficult can it be to make a reusable space rocket? Come on, hey. I mean, hey, Wallace and Gromit, they made one overnight, and they're down in their basement. They went to the moon. And everyone knows the moon's made of cheese.
The net result of that is that we can sustain up to about 9G, where mounting on this flying kit normally weighs 110 kilos.
DCS Virtual Solar Mirage team, great to see you.
Tip forwards and create some kind of a braking force for him.
And we're doing very well, thank you. So thank you for popping in, as always.
System. You see as he starts to slow down to about 110 knots. There we go, putting the air brake up.
And there we go. We were just seeing one of our favourite displays. That's the Eurofighter Typhoon. Of course, the RAFs.
Lieutenant McCall, who are flying and you see them just doing a gentle, not quite a tennis turn, but a gentle turn. They're going off the way of the
Good afternoon, Patrick.
The training squadron they actually come from is 702 Squadron. The team name, actually, Black Catting, comes from a combination of the Lynx Wildcat featured on 702 Squadron badge and the naval slang Black Catting, which is a form of one-upmanship for having done something or owned something better than doing something better than anybody else. So hence Black Cat.
Easy, steady there. Nose over, go. Roll, go.
Hey DCS, that's absolutely brilliant. He says, Stu, I made my debut performance in front of 400 people. Absolutely brilliant. Well done, young man. I'm so pleased. You may recall we featured DCS Virtual Solar Mirage team just a few months ago on the Meet the Fans feature that we will bring back at some point.
Turn, go. Please come towards me just a touch. Very nice. Easy, steady. Transition, go.
Ah, good question there, Kevin. They weren't on the part of the moon where there was the soup dragons. That's on the other part, you know. They were on the cheesy bit.
Transition, go.
Nice one, Kevin. I like it.
Nice.
Hey, Julie, well, somebody definitely dropped a clanger there, didn't they? Ah. Talking of clangers, my cats are going crazy now. Let me, I'll have to sort them.
Transition, go.
You're not wrong there, Aviation Kid. Yes, I always think that. They certainly get close, don't they? The brilliant black cats.
Position good.
Now, for the younger viewers, they're probably wondering what the hell we are talking about when we're going on about clangers and such like. Soup dragons. They're probably going, what on earth? Oh yes, we did watch some rubbish in the UK back in the... When would that be? The 70s, 80s?
Hello on my grass skin. Easy, easy, steady. Pirouettes, go. No French word for pirouette. 155 heading.
Not so much an aerobatic play, more an aerial ballet. Simon Borley is in his second season with the Black Cats. He was flying number 2 last year. Gary McCall is the second team pilot, and this is his first.
Turn, go.
Interesting when you compare this to the Lynx we saw with the Army Air Corps. It's basically the same airframe, but it's got this little tricycle undercarriage, and it needs that for manoeuvrability. It's the same term, but Lynx first came in really to replace the Scout and the Wasp, and to be a more advanced alternative to the American Huey. It's rigid rotor, that's what makes it actually very manoeuvrable.
Wing over, go.
It can sustain very high speeds, goes very quickly backwards.
Roll, go.
The WG-13 Lynx first flew in 1971, but it's been continually developed in various forms, either for the Army or for the Navy.
Caster, go. 30, 60, 90, 30, 60, 180, 30, 60, 270, 30, 60, climb, go. Listen back. Position good. Nose over, go. Roll, go. Forward. Hard. Very little. Over.
Apart from the Harrier, of course, helicopters always take a bow at some stage during their display.
Easy.
As the Black Cats take their bow. They're not quite the end of the display yet.
Go. Bow, go. Oh, that's nice. You've got to love it. Wave, go. Climb, go. Turn, go. Coming to you, Simon. Nose over, go. Roll, go. Brake, go.
Oh, wonderful stuff. Ah, I used to love the Black Cats. I still do like Black Cats, actually. Something about Black Cats. I absolutely love them. Oh, what have we got? We got somebody banging on the door right now. Let's let him in. Here he is.
That's me. How you doing? This is your royal ruler, Tony Prince, and hi there. I'm at United DJs Radio, and you're watching the Air Show World with Stu Bear. Come fly with me sometime right here.
United DJs. You guys can have a bit of a better view.
Thank you very much, Tony. Tony will be live in around about 50 minutes from now at 3 o'clock. That's our very good friend Tony Prince from United DJs Radio. Make sure you listen. We've got around about 15-20 minutes of the show still to go on right here on Air Show World. And as Tony Prince rightly said, you're with Stu Bear. Couple of questions just been coming into the chat room. Who was it? Aviation Kid was saying, "Hey Stu, why is there no Monday show at the moment at 1 o'clock?" Just so busy at the moment. We've got so many things in the pipeline that are, you guys are certainly going to love. And of course, the Friday night 1 hour specials are taking quite a bit. There's something really special coming up for you over the next few weeks and months. That's why we need you to keep on watching, keep on supporting Air Show World, and we'll be releasing more information over the next few weeks. But I'm absolutely sure we'll, from the 12th, we will be probably doing some Monday shows, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you name it, any day. That's why it's going to be very important when I go out and about doing the live streaming again, just to make sure that you've actually subscribed and have that bell thing working, you know, where you get those notifications. Coming up for you this Friday night, really looking forward to it. We've got we'll be having our very own, Asia World's very own, Chris Brady will be back with us. Chris Brady, Captain Chris Brady.
Fabulous opportunity to get a nice picture at the top of the aircraft, 4 degrees nose down.
And we'll be showing you some really cool in-flight cockpit footage.
I'm now going up to...
Showing you what some of the knobs and buttons do.
Around about 300 feet.
Or explaining, telling us all about it. So Chris will be joining us live on Friday night. Friday night show, you know it by now, it's 7 o'clock. And the theme for this Friday show is going to be Royal International Air Tattoo 2019. So we've got quite a few little special snippets that we're going to show you from that. And a few other bits and bobs, a bit of civil aircraft as well. And hopefully we may be featuring something from Ethan Aviation as well. So please make sure you join us. It's Friday night, the Friday Night Live Show, 7 p.m.
It was a Flight Attendant Phil O'Brien. Hello, Master Sergeant Daz Addison. You probably noticed they never did the break away from the crowd. Those who are watching will notice why he's got a number 4 has been shot down.
Good afternoon to you, Karen. Thank you for joining us.
The case down, all the breaks away from the crowd. But the guys know they're trained thoroughly to deal with in-flight emergency, obviously,
and then returning to start the display. This is a Boeing CH-47 Chinook HC-2, and it's from 18 Squadron at Aria Odeon. As you see, it's a big bit of kit, 2 pilots, or 1 pilot and a navigator, a couple of air load masters. 24 structures. It can carry Land Rover inside, and it's got 3 positions to carry underslung loads, which makes it a very, very good blade.
And the Waddington B101.
Control systems and improved avionics. That's one way to stop quickly if you want to.
Anticipate little delay. Position 4 miles to hold east of Waddington, 4 miles east of the airfield.
Early days, but a quick little bow. Now, powering those 2 engines, 360-degree climbing turn, then a 450-degree spiral descent. The original helicopters by the Brits, which were the HC-1s, were rebuilt at Boeing, and they returned to the UK as HC-2s back in 1993. They bought 3 more, giving the total size at that stage of 42. Well beyond its operational limits. On one occasion I was impressed, it was dropping a gun to the SAS and it actually flew into the water. The pilot yanked back on the collective, both the engines cocked, it sort of popped up like a cork, but by then the co-pilot, thinking all was lost, had jettisoned the door, so they didn't have a spare door, so it flew the rest of the Falklands conflict without a co-pilot's door, which made for very cold co-pilot. To land a helicopter, which is actually a sort of a running landing. Now, having sort of landed like that, you can see that the helicopter sort of nose is still clear off the ground. Having brought the helicopter to a stop, we'll now watch it slowly fly up and backwards. Ollie White is the captain today, and the co, Flight Lieutenant Chris Middleton. I know one of the crewmen, Sergeant Stuart Logan. I'm not sure whether just 1 or 2 on board, but it's certainly one or 2. Again for a fairly savage nose down. It's then like the Merlin, as soon as undercarriage is fixed, it's not that he hasn't bothered to take it away.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the sight and sound of that wonderful Chinook. And if you were listening to that in stereo, it should have sounded pretty cool. Like this.
Mark 9C. That basically means the master of the Spitfire is 9 and the type of wing with a C wing. There are different types of wings that could be fitted to Spitfire, depending on what type of guns and various other things that you're actually going to put in. So in 1944, though it actually flew its first operational sortie with a squadron on the 26th of September, though officially, according to the paperwork, it didn't join the squadron until the 28th. And basically it stayed with the squadron for the rest of the service.
Scanner taxi runway 20 QC 101.
We had just over 7 hours on the airframe. then carried out over Coventry under the watchful eye Waddington radars in 1994. It was flown to Bruntingthorpe where it was lodged with
Tango 09, Roger, surface wind 10012 knots.
in the main hangar. I think it's now, you can see pulling out behind a Boeing 757 from number 40 Squadron at Whenuapi in New Zealand near Auckland. The squadron's got 5 C-130 Hercules. It's got 2 of these Boeing 757s replacing their old Boeing 727s.
Tango 09, good day.
At the moment, I'm not...
757, during your display, do you need...
Whoops, bit of music. Oh dear. I'm going to have to do some work here. Do a little bit of chitty chatter over the top of this. How dare you play Queen? Yes, I noticed this it's on if you've got what is it, Amazon Prime? I think it's on that either or Netflix, one of them. Yes, the very film Bohemian Rhapsody is actually on there at the moment, so that's certainly worth checking out if you like Queen. And yeah, who doesn't? Bit of Freddie Mercury, brilliant. But stop playing the music though, because we want to hear the sound of the aircraft. What are they like? Hey, coming up for you, don't forget Friday night. We told you all about it. What's coming up? The Friday is the very next live show with Captain Chris Brady will be with us. Certainly looking forward to that. I tell you, if you like airliners and want to see what it's like from inside the cockpit, boy oh boy, have we got some brilliant, absolutely brilliant footage for you that Chris is going to show us on Friday night, and he's going to talk us through a few things. Hey, hey, hey! Ooh, ooh, ooh! Hey, if I start singing, you know, don't blame me, but I do apologise about. What a great shot, though. Shame about the speaker, you know. Make sure to get the hacksaw out and cut those speakers down. I was at an air show. It was Waddington, actually.
Dave Brenshaw.
Funny story. I'll tell you in a minute. And they had the speakers way too loud. I'm not sure if Morris was with me on this occasion, but the PA was just deafening. You just couldn't hear yourself think. It was ridiculous. And then all of a sudden it went dead, and there was no more sound coming from it. Somebody had gone out and snipped the cable. You know, I'm absolutely useless when it comes to civil type aircraft and, you know, the different types, different models. Is it an Airbus? Is it a Boeing? Is it a 767? Is it an A320? But coming up in a feature that we're going to do over the next few... It's something we're putting together at the moment, so it's something really to help me as well, because... So it's going to be a recognition type thing, you know, that sort of thing. So it's something that we're putting together at the moment to help Stu Bear.
Got all sorts of exotic carbon.
And probably you guys as well, yes, to work out if it's an A320, is it a 737, whatever.
Very, very strong.
So if you like the sound of that, certainly stay tuned to Airshow World. It's a feature we're going to do on one of the Friday night shows. But it's going to be a thing, we're going to sort of do it over several weeks or maybe months, or in my case, may even be years, I'll tell you. It takes a while for it to sink in, you know. I'm okay on the military stuff, it's just civil aircraft. Don't worry, Shane. It's great to have your company, mate. Still doing the chores? I know. In a few minutes, I think we've got around about 10 minutes of the show left. I'll be going out, getting another cup of coconut tea, you know. Sitting in the sun.
Looping's interesting. Outside looping, that's where you push the aircraft around a loop, very comfortable, but actually a mirror formation loop. This is all interesting. Again, once he starts coming down, Waddington doing a series of fairly tight rolls on the way down. And after that, he'll be doing a rolling. So just
thanks for that, Julie, telling about Elon Musk.
Let's see when he's going to start this.
Created a nice big crater as it went boom. I thought Elon Musk, I thought that was some sort of perfume.
Okay, you didn't do the rolling cube, and this is a rolling circle, so...
Thank you, Maurice, telling us that Paul Bonhomme and Steve Jones in this SU-26, he says they were the best. Jason, Yogi Bear. Hey, Yogi, good to see you. How the devil are you? He says, good afternoon. Very, very good afternoon to you there, Yogi.
Crossing slowly left, right, indicating 2,000 feet.
Talking of, hey, I watched Yogi Bear the film the other day on the Disney Channel. Oh, loved it.
Matador, Roger, surface wind 1109 knots. Right, indicating 1,700 feet. Good afternoon, Tornado, very reflecting the quick engine style.
For 2006, the big battle to short diamond route. The aircraft flying at 6,000 feet above us now, that's almost a mile high. The voice there of Wing Commander Red One. He's in his second year as leader, be leaving at the end of this season, having returned last year. He flew originally on the team in the 1982...
You know, I've been trying to twist Julie's arm to come on live today and have a chat with everybody, but she's just a little bit busy. Oh, Julie, what you like. We love to hear the sound of the animals in the background, you know. But she's leaving it to the bear for today. The bear in the chair, that's his job to tell you. Don't forget, join us Friday night. Sleepy Spider's back with us again. Are you sleepy? You're in and out, aren't you, eh? Goodness gracious, what you like. What do they say? In and out like a fiddler's elbow.
Now to your side now. As the pilots pull up now for the Stingray left with a twist. Ladies and gentlemen, the Stingray quarter clover.
is a few other phrases I could have used, but hey, it's a family show, you know.
Slowing down to a paltry 200 miles an hour.
Stuart Ramsey, well, thank you very much for joining us. Saying bye for now. He's going to take his mum for a walk. Okay. We'll see you Friday night, my man. Thank you for joining us.
As he calls the team into short diamond. Look on the left diamond, Airband.
It's our very own Mr. Roberto! Robert Batista. My goodness me, how the devil are you doing over there in France? I hope everything's good with you.
As the pilots there using the power of their Rolls-Royce engines to change formation in the vertical. High above us now at over 6,000 feet. That's nearly a mile high.
No way! That'd be a great bit of video, Morris, to look out for. The display team you saw just a moment ago, not the Red Arrows. The Red Bull team, they flew through a hangar in formation. Oh, Lord above. Imagine that.
High above us there, really nearly 4,000 feet, and it's nearly 400 miles an hour. We're now pulling up now for the champagne split.
When's the bear going to do a face reveal? Goodness gracious. I'll tell you about that in a moment. Well, when we get to 100,000 subscribers, so get subscribing quick, everybody, pass the word. I revealed that a few weeks ago, didn't I, what we were going to do? Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cyclone.
Watch this, brilliant this is.
With a combined closing speed of 800 miles an hour. Don't miss no once, not twice.
Love the cyclone.
The secret there, exit. Via the slingshot maneuver. Now look to your half left. To your half left.
Oh yes, what were we going to do? Yeah, stand on a big building or something high up.
They're pulling up at Airband.
With very few clothes on and do a special show for you. Let's just hope it's not midwinter. It'll probably be in about 10 years, so I got loads of time to prepare for it.
The aircraft carrying 5 minutes of white smoke, 1 minute of red, and 1 minute of blue smoke. And that's what we do here at the design phase when we design the program in the long winter training. Now, here's a favourite.
It's a heart. Love the heart.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Always good in a blue sky as well.
Ready there, Dave Slow, through the goose. And red 9. Got it nodding in.
I'd like to say a big thank you to everybody for joining us this afternoon, whether you're early or late or whether you've been all the way through the show. I want to say thank you so much, everybody. So much appreciated. We have SHGP Virtual Aviation. He's been a busy boy as well on his YouTube channel. Good to see you, my friend.
The aircraft that we fly is the BA Systems Hawk. Used in the Royal Air Force flying training system. It's a complete and fast jet training for Royal Air Force pilots. A very popular aircraft.
And don't forget, if you want to help Airshow World grow,
the instructors for its glow handling. And of course we use it in the Red Arrows.
we'll have another word from our sponsor just before we finish. But if you want to help the best way possible, get that tea and coffee. the best tea and coffee company in the world, sponsoring what we are trying to make the best air show YouTube channel in the world.
We spoke about him a little bit earlier.
And we can only do it with your help. So thank you everybody that keeps subscribing and keeps supporting. A B&Q Extra 300S. I think I asked for one of those the other week when I went shopping.
You can see the awesome performance of the Extra 300 with its power still on. It's rocking.
Or was it some paint? But seriously, thank you everybody and that's supporting Air Show World, and that is the best way. If you like your tea or coffee and you want the real good quality stuff that doesn't cost a fortune, check them out, okay? We'll tell you more about them just before we leave you today.
John Taylor turned professional as a display pilot in 1977. So next year he will have been displaying for 30 years. This is particularly remarkable given that he could pass as a 35-year-old.
Coming up in just a moment, I will literally put a link as I turn the volume down a bit to stop the sound. A link in the chat room right now to the one I know. It's the Tea and Coffee Company. Okay, there we go. There's the website. It's www.tea-and-coffee.com. There you go. That's for the benefit of anybody that can't actually see the screen at the moment, because obviously some people I know watch this on their TVs or on big tellies.
Under sponsorship from B&Q, we hope to be displaying in China in November this year in front of an audience of 300 million people.
And the big bonus, where it certainly helps if you do order any of that tea, don't forget to put that code in, which is simply Air Show. Uppercase, just Air Show, not Air Show World, okay? Just Air Show.
It's a rather popular place to be, being maintained at a cool 15 degrees.
There you go, Bandit 99. He actually ordered some tea the other day. He's enjoying the show, sat in the sunshine with some lemon tea. They do about 1,000 different types of teas and coffees. So please check them out. Thank you very much, Bandit. Thank you for the kind donation. Much appreciated. Brilliant support of that guy. And thank you. You're going to help Air Show grow. I promise you.
As I mentioned earlier, anyone can come and fly with us at Ultimate High, even if you've never flown before. We tailor trips for you from extremely gentle to gently extreme, because the objective is for you to get out of the airplane afterwards with a smile on your face the size of whales.
Steve Creed, thank you as well for joining us.
In one of our bulldogs.
Jazzy John, Sleepy Spider. Right, I'm going to go nice and quiet so you can see and hear this. Enjoy. Tornado.
Is the navigator. We still call them navigators. The Americans call them widows, weapon systems operators. But basically working very hard at the back with all the weapon systems is Flight Tony Griffiths, to his mate, sorry. Both of them in their first season as the Tornado GR4 display team. He's ex-12 squadron. I mean, they both served on operational squadrons, but now, as I say, with 15 squadron, they both instruct the relatives, either front or back seaters in the Tornado. Nice gentle barrel roll, wings there, at 45 degrees. Before we do a GR4, okay, so that's the oblique loop complete.
Creepy Spider, my favourite tea is definitely the coconut tea, black coconut tea. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's the best tasting tea I have ever had in my life. And that's no exaggeration. You guys know it's true. Because long before we even, because it's only just the last 5 days we've had this sponsor, well before there, for the last 5 years I've been drinking this stuff, and I would only, I promise you, recommend something that I love myself. See, I'm not like one of these people on the TV. That you see in the afternoons, you know, doing their certain adverts and saying, yes, this is wonderful. Yeah, they've never touched it before, I promise you. 5 or 6 years I've been having this. And I can tell you, I was a whole lot older then. I'm so much younger than that now. Look at my back pages.
You saw the bit that really is fascinating with a Harrier. That's the hovering and the turning around and the going backwards.
There we go for your music, folks.
From Pete, but,
who on earth sung that? I want to know two bands. One singer and one band. Who sung My Back Pages?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that actually completes now the flying display. I don't think he's going to try to realign it. INAS again. Obviously, please don't all rush off at once.
You've got around about 30 seconds to put that into the chat room. My Back Pages.
Or rush around drinking champagne, so I think we're still 0-0.
Do you know what, Julie?
Don't get into a huge...
We ought to get Tony Prince to play that this afternoon, hey?
Waddington.
Don't forget, Tony Prince is going to be live on United DJs in less than 7 minutes from now. Join Tony. If you do go across, don't forget you can put messages into his Facebook page, which is actually live. You can talk to Tony. You can ask for a record. Bandit 99 on the ball. Bob Dylan wrote it. Bob Dylan sung it. But who else actually had that record as well? Who else sung it? I need the other person. Come on, quickly. You've got around about, let me think, 3 minutes. 3 minutes to work it out. And no Googling either. Meanwhile, what we're going to do is give you a quick reminder while you're looking at a couple of these photographs taken by our one and only, you know who. It was Heather. Well done, Heather. And as I said, coming up in less than 6 minutes now, it's the one and only
Tony Prince.
That's me. How you doing? This is your royal ruler, Tony Prince, and hi there. I'm at United DJs Radio, and you're watching the Air Show World with Stu Bear. Come fly with me sometime right here.
United DJs.
Don't you worry, Tony. We'll be flying with you in around about 5 minutes from now. Have a good show, Tony. And he actually watches sometimes, believe it or not. Judy will confirm that. And if you go across, don't forget, he's got his Facebook group. If you haven't joined his Facebook group on United DJs, make sure you do, okay? And say, put a message in saying, hey, I popped over from Air Show World with Stu Bear and Julie. Yeah, what else have we got to tell you? Bob Dylan, yeah, they're all telling us Bob Dylan, but I want to know who the band was. And of course it was, brilliant. Do you know, this is just my opinion. I mean, hey, people like music in different ways. I love Bob Dylan, but wow, do I love the Byrds version of My Back Pages. It is brilliant. But there was an even better version than that by a guy that I used to do the DJing with, and that was a brilliant singer out of Showaddywaddy, and that was a wonderful guy, so sadly no longer with us, and that was Buddy Gask. And if you were ever lucky enough to hear Buddy Gask with the Golden Hammers, who did become Showaddywaddy in the end, but if ever you were lucky enough to hear Buddy Gask sing My Back Pages, wonderful. it was just incredible. One of the best voices I have heard. But he didn't sing too many songs with Waddy itself as lead vocals. He was mainly in the backing, but he did the lead vocals for Hey Rock and Roll and and a few others. But hey, that's me reminiscing the great days with Waddy. Brilliant days. Right, yes, the Birds, you got it right as well there. Jason Yogi Bear. Hey, boo-boo. I love Yogi Bear, man. Hey, well, he's a bear, you see, just like the bear here. That's why I can't do the reveal yet, because you'll all know who the bear really is. And, yes, you don't want to know. You don't want to know. Right, Friday night, just got time to tell you about Friday night show. You know what Friday night's all about. It's the Friday night live show. It starts at 7 p.m. And this week we'll be bringing on live again. I can't wait for it. We've got this brilliant feature from our very own Captain Chris Brady, who flies these wonderful A320s. And we've got a video that he took just the other day flying as the sun had just set, and it is absolutely incredible. It's something you don't want to miss from the cockpit, and he'll probably be telling us a little bit about all the buttons and dials and all the things. And if you have any questions as well, you could also probably put them in the chat room, or you could send them across beforehand to Stu Bear right here at Airshow World. The email address is stu, S-T-U, at airshowworld.com. That's Stu at airshowworld.com. But for today, we're 3 minutes away from Tony Prince. Don't forget, please join him. It will be appreciated. And, of course, you can put a message live on air. And, Julie, do us a favour, could you? Could you ask him to play My Back Pages by the Birds? And if you watch it, you will know that it is absolutely live, because he is, you never know, he might just play it. Meanwhile, we got to say thank you very, very much to everybody in the chat room. I really hope you've enjoyed the show today. It's been an absolute pleasure for my good self right here talking to you great people, and I hope you've enjoyed it. We've got around about let me look, less than 2 minutes of the show, then the bear will be right out of here. So thank you. One last quick mention, don't forget, get that tea, get it ordered, all right? Help Airshow World grow. I promise you, by ordering this tea, even if you don't like it, just buy it, buy the stuff, put the code in, get 15% off, and you'll be helping Airshow World grow. And we'll be able to do even more for you, because we've got some really exciting things coming up in the very, very near future. Can't wait to tell you about it. Meanwhile, hi, it's Stu Bear from Airshow World, and I'm very proud to announce our sponsor, the Kent and Sussex Tea and Coffee Company. And for viewers of Airshow World, you can get 15% off from the world's best tea and coffee company. Plus, you'll be helping Airshow World grow. Just use the code AIRSHOW. That's the Kent and Sussex Tea and Coffee Company. And don't forget, Airshow, not Airshow World, okay? And you put that in at the checkout. But if you look at the chat room right now, you will see that there is a link in there, and it's been pinned. But for myself, Stu Bear, have yourself a great rest of your Tuesday. Get out in the sun, enjoy the sunshine, especially if you're in the United Kingdom right now. It's a beautiful day, and it's going to get even better, because I'm going to get some tea and put the headphones on and listen to Tony Prince. You take care. We'll catch you on Friday night, 7 p.m. Have a good Tuesday. Bye for now. Goodbye.